I'm sad to announce that a mighty tree has fallen with the sad passing of one of the pioneers and foundational voices of Jamaican music in the iconic Stranger Cole. When we are talking about the men on whose back the genre of reggae was built, we must mention this great man, one of the original Trench Town heroes that worked with the original dons and producers in Jamaica, is celebrated for performing one of the first reggae songs ever recorded, and one who paved the way for generations coming after him. Let's pay a tribute and take a look at life and times of this titan. He was born Wilburn Theodore Cole on June 26, 1942 in Jonestown, Kingston, Jamaica. Growing up, he was given the nickname Stranger because he didn't look like anyone in his family. He came up in a musical household as his father was a guitarist, as was his uncle who played with guitar legend Ernest Ranglin in the same band, and an elder brother that was a selector with the big sound system. He began to sing in elementary school and got inspired by the likes of Derek Morgan and Higgs and Wilson. And when he got into his teens, he went to audition for producer Duke Reid, who liked what he heard and paired him up with one of his singers, a lady called Patsy Todd, as a duo named Stranger and Patsy that scored big hits like When You Call My Name, Hey Hey Baby, and Stranger at the Door. Interestingly, in those early days, he made friends with an upcoming singer called Ken Booth, and was the one who introduced him to Duke Reid and put him on his first recording. His faith was rewarded when the pair did a duet called Uno Dos Tres that became a surprise hit in Jamaica. And the pair began to record frequently as Stranger and Ken, scoring several hits including Artibella and World's Fair. He loved to collaborate and also paired up with the likes of Gladson Anderson and Hortense Ellis. Simply a delight to work with due to his great work ethic and of course his fabulous voice. He was in high demand by all the producers in Jamaica in those early days of the island's music industry, recording songs for the likes of Lee Scratch Perry, Joe Gibbs, and Sonia Pottinger. But in 1968, the very peak of the rocksteady era, he voiced a song for Bonnie Striker Lee, which many believe is the first reggae song ever recorded. One morning, he was walking from where he lived in Trenchtown to Randy's Records and took a route that took him down the street to where Duke Reid's studio was located. Bonnie Lee was in the studio recording an instrumental with a young Carlton Barrett in his first ever studio session with Scatterlight's saxophonist Lester Sterling. As the story goes, he saw Cole walking by and called out to him, asking if he was interested in adding some vocals to the tune called Bongo Chant. Cole jumped at it and sang the hook Mama No Want No Bangarang. Upon release, the song became a smash hit that went to number 1 on Jamaica's charts. But it wasn't just a commercial hit, but also a fresh sound that, among other tunes in those times, would usher in the reggae era. In 1971, he went on a massive tour of Britain with Max Romeo, who was then riding high on the success of a slack hit, Wet Dream. But for all his popularity, he wasn't making much money. So when his uncle, living in Canada, came back to Jamaica for a visit in 1973 and asked him if he was interested in emigrating, he didn't hesitate and jumped at the opportunity. Now in Canada, he was forced to put his music aside and earned a living working in a factory for 3 years before the allure of music drew him back, and he opened a record store which he ran for a few years before moving to America and settling in California. It was while abroad that he released his first album in 1976 and was followed by other releases over the years. But after more than 10 years, he got tired of living abroad and moved back to Jamaica in 1991. He thought he had been forgotten and generally kept a low profile. But a chance meeting with an old colleague saw him included in a lineup of young musicians, all built to perform for Nelson Mandela during his historic visit to Jamaica soon after his release. He was reluctant to perform after seeing hot young superstars like Beanie Man booed off stage. But when he came on and sang his classic tune, Rough and Tough, the Kingston National Stadium exploded in excitement as the Stranger was back. He would record his first album in almost 2 decades in 2006 called Morning Train, that was a collaboration with sound system legend Jah Shaka and united with fellow veterans like Derek Morgan and Ken Booth for 2009's Rocksteady, The Roots of Reggae. He stayed active, performing at music festivals to excited audiences over the years. But 2 weeks ago, he suddenly took ill and was admitted to the University Hospital of the West Indies in Kingston and sadly passed away on Thursday, June the 11th, 2026, at the age of 83. An absolutely great man, albeit an underreported legend. A great man, artist, and one of the true pioneers of reggae music. May his soul rest in perfect peace.